my god, I'm yawning. Okay, so it is 4:49. This is morning show brain literally happening as we are speaking. Yet. So I'm actually running a little behind just because I had to do my shower and whatnot. So we're gonna roll it up until I get to the station, and I'm gonna make a little bit of a breakfast. Usually in the mornings for the morning show, I will make a little bit of a breakfast here, have a little down on active, and then end up eating said breakfast at the station during our brief. So that's at 4 a.m. It is currently 3. I gotta be out here by the latest 3:30. Setback. We normally have a to-go mug with a tea, and I have no idea where it is. So unfortunately, I will have to drink this tea later. Make one at work. Not too bad. And that's 10 minutes fast too. So that's not too bad. That's 10 minutes fast. It's super weird because normally by this time I haven't even technically like spoken words yet to humans, and I was trying to be a little bit quieter because obviously Scotty was sleeping. So let's get to work and then I will show you the rest of this routine. one of the things that I absolutely love about working this morning show is that, sorry guys, oh my god, you're probably vomiting, is that there's just so much like, there's so many silent moments, like silent moments of enjoyment. And like this morning, this is a winter morning, obviously, waking up and doing this, and the snow is just like, just falling so slightly in the morning, and you come in and there's hardly anyone on the road, so you can kind of just get to work without worrying about that unless there's construction or whatever. And hilariously enough, there's always some sort of backup if you do end up going into the Tim's drive-thru, which is hilarious at any time of the day. But one thing I love about the mornings when it's the summer at this time is around that 3:30, 4 a.m., all the birds are chirping. Like, it's this weirdly magical thing that happens when you're working the morning show in the summer. Okay, we made it. Thank God. So, it is now 3:39. Normally I listen to podcasts over here because I find that it's more of a relaxing way to wake up versus like just starting off music. Sometimes the radio can be random and you're just like, I'm just not ready for a dance party right now. You know what I mean? And sometimes you're coming home when people are actually coming home from the bar. Rather, what I mean to say, morning show brain is already happening. Oh my god, I'm yawning. That usually, sometimes, especially in the summer, you're going to work when people are literally leaving the bar. So when I come in here in the morning, I grab this little towel and I set up my makeup session. Woke up. Hello. Emily has been sick for a month.
Really?
We brief at 4 a.m. So what that means basically is we'll meet with a meteorologist, and today is Kevin. We don't know until we walk around the corner. Morning, Kev. Kevin works 12-hour shifts, as do all meteorologists. I don't sit here, Murph does. And oh, great.
You sit wherever you want.
So basically what that means is they work 6 to 6, 365 days a year. There's always someone here. And what happens at our brief is Kevin will go over what's happening across the entire country for the next 7 days. This is our like sheet that he makes us, and he'll go through all of the products that we use on air too, which are essentially the maps that we build our sequences out of. Yay! And it's Emily's Friday, which means she's been here 5 days in a row, and she finally has a weekend. She also has kids, which means she doesn't have a weekend. She never has a day off. True story.
Every night I'm going on the grid, texting back, I want you, hit you up, I'm on the other side, I miss you, take you off, I came here way too strong, cannot keep it low key, got me drugged, your pheromones hit the roof, auto, your taste, is really a bad reception out there, where you heading, why in gravity pulling you in close.
All right, so now that we briefed, we know what is happening across the country, which is super great because then I can do my job. Kevin does a really great job of giving us those like little fun details as well. Then we do a little bit of background reading as well, but these are all of my notes. Emily will finish getting ready. I will finish getting ready. I gotta hook up my gear. This is probably my least favorite part of the job, which is hilarious. Just putting on that gear. And it always feels so good when you take it off at the end of the shift. You feel like you are free. But I'm just going to change, and then we are going to build some map sequences. Oh my god. Remember how this morning I was like, where's the to-go cup? Where is it? It was in my locker. That's so upsetting. So I'll probably make a tea as well. This is my little locker. It's got some extra outfits just in case I'm not feeling what I brought, and I actually think I am gonna wear one of these today. I'm doing also our little holiday greeting thing, like that they slip into the feed. So gonna try and look a little festive. We'll see.
But you're off my radar now. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post. There's no denial, I'm chasing ghosts. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post.
So this is the studio that the national show works out of. This is Studio A. So I come in here and I haven't built my sequences yet, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to build, for this show, 3 sequences right now and then get through a national wheel, and then we also have what's called Force of Nature, so we're going to do that. That is where I will live. This is where I will build. And our producer on today's show is Dan, and we haven't worked with each other for a while, so I'm excited. It's gonna be a good one. And currently, time check, it's 4:41, and we gotta be going by 5, so let's do this. So typically for the national show, we all have our own, you like build a story. So you're trying to tell a story of what's going on, and on the morning show, especially for nationals, you are obviously like welcoming everyone to the morning. Primarily right now in the morning, the Atlantic and Ontario are awake right now. So right now, when you really think about it, the West Coast, it's even earlier than 4 a.m. So they're not really awake yet. So we can even talk a little bit about more Atlantic and Ontario things when it comes to our show. And then later in our show, when we do some updates, then we'll incorporate more West. I usually go east to west, west to east, some weather events, highlights, and then we do a bigger story. So that's where I'll kind of start, but we're just gonna start in the Atlantic and Ontario. Hello, good morning. Dan's in my ear now.
Hey Amanda, do you have your IFB on?
I do. Can you hear me? One sec.
Baby, what's on your mind? Thinking about all the mistakes you made.
Okay, so it is 4:49. We're on set, things are built, Dan is moving and grooving. I'm gonna get on there and he's gonna do what's called keying me to make sure outside of my bidet is not fuzzy when you see the maps behind me. And then we are off to the races and we gotta start filming so we have stuff before 5.
I can feel your heart is rushing, and you got nothing more to buy. So we try to feel with something.
now that we have finished that first little round of hits, we have some in the feed, which is great. And we're gonna do this thing called Force of Nature. So that kind of takes you around the world with some of the more extreme weather that is happening. And there's Dan!
Hey, what's up?
Good morning! The magic behind the scenes. Okay, so I got my info. Our news writers slash video producers will put these together for us, so they come with clips, and then we will read, get more information, and then we basically ad-lib our own voiceovers based on what we were given. So it's kind of nice because you get licensed to make it sound like you, but then you're also learning something every single day.
I love her because she's cute.
Okay, so that is pretty much my morning, and now we're kind of in the midst of my shift. So we've got the brief, we've got more hits to do. Depends on what shift you're on. You might have some CBC hits to do as well. And this morning show kind of like gets going, and then slowly you have a little bit less. We do some radio hits as well. Maybe I'll throw some B-roll of that in as well. But it's just a really early start, and it's a bit of a lifestyle change. If you are filling in on this shift, you've got to get to bed early, and as soon as you get home, you have a nap. That's probably how I'll end this vlog, is actually by the time that I get home, and I'll show you the time too. It's 5:30 right now, so it'll be a little bit later by the time we finish this one off together. But thank you so much for following along with this morning journey. I know it's always curious seeing other people's morning routines, and this one was a bit fast and furious because I had to have that shower this morning. It just felt right, but sometimes I will also just have a shower at night or put some dry shampoo in and curl my hair if it's second or third day hair, and that makes the morning a lot easier and a lot smoother. I'll usually have my tea with me if I don't forget the to-go cup in my locker, and it's always interesting kind of seeing how awake you can be at this time of the day and how into it you can be, and then you look at the clock and you're like, oh my god, it's only 5:30. This is insane. I feel like I've been awake for so long. It's fun during the winter because it's dark anyways when you're working, right? So then when you're done, you go home. Oh, just thinking about it, oh my god. This is the time where I start to have a coffee, actually. So if you notice I have not had a coffee yet today, I will go and I will have a coffee now so that I can sustain until the end of the shift. But I think Dan's about to call me in my ear. I have my IFB in, so I gotta go. We are briefing for the brief. And yeah, so I will catch up with you guys very shortly, and this will be more into the mid-afternoon, totally late morning, more your morning by the time that you see the next clip. Okay, all done. What's so funny, you guys, sometimes when you work a morning show, is that you come outside and you're like, oh, it's snowing. And then you're like, guys, I was talking about this all morning. I should not be surprised by this. But also parking your car around 3:30 a.m. If it is snowing in the morning, you have to brush off your car. That's not too bad. This time, not too bad. Time to go home, maybe have a nap, edit some videos, get super cozy, and just embrace that it is snowy and we are going to be enjoying a little day in, because another thing that happens, one sec, I gotta get all in here. Okay, just cleaned off my car. My hands are freezing. I should have worn my gloves. And now I forget what I was gonna tell you guys. This is morning show brain literally happening as we are speaking, because you feel super jet lagged after the shift. You get like, you forget things. One thing about me, I get so clumsy. I drop everything. Scott is always like, what is going on over there? And I think I should probably just drive home, and then I will try to remember what I was going to say to you guys, and I'll see you then. Home.
Just as my smile.
Yeah. So that's it. That is the end of the morning show vlog. you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video because it is now time for me to have a nap. Oh yeah. How beautiful the start and end of this video. And this is why.